And we're live! Hello everybody, welcome to TPK Thursday. I'm going to hand it over to our keeper and special guest and awesome, amazing person who created the system. So super excited to test it out. Jason, take it away.
All right, we are here to play Brindlewood Bay, a game of elderly women in New England solving murder mysteries and maybe encountering evidence of an occult conspiracy along the way. I think we should go ahead and just reintroduce our characters briefly, especially because we have one brand new character who we did not get a chance to meet last time during character creation session. So I'm going to go in left to right of the order of our little sheet here. And let's start. Akab, tell us about Liana Leaf.
So, everybody, my name is Liana Leaf, okay? And I'm an avid painter. I enjoy the painting arts. You will notice that whenever I paint, I enjoy a little bit of red, a little bit of purple, a little bit of yellow, a little dash of pink, and a little bit more red. It's a beautiful day for me. My hubby, poor hubby, Sam, he passed away a while ago because of the many problems that we entertain as ex-cultist members. But ex-cultist, we don't trust in the eternal walkers anymore. Praise be his name. And
Eternal walkers.
And that is all. Thank you. That is I, Liana Leaf. Should we do our maiden moves in the good room?
No, but that's good for now. Just a quick intro. Let's go meet Dr. Kure Dakota.
So, what's up, fools? This is Kure Dakota here. I'm the doctor of everything. Now, what do you have? An illness that you need solved? Is it something that everybody else thinks? No, you're just thinking about it. It's all in your mind. It's not in your mind. You know what can't be in your wallet anymore? Money. Because when you pay it to me, I will fix you up. So come over to Dr. Kure's services. You can find me mostly on the roadside next to my motorcycle. Sweet thing, yeah, really nice. Now, one thing I don't like being called is too old for my age, so let's see who's going to say that. That's Kure.
Fantastic. Lady Violet Pink.
Hello, my name is Violet Pink. People call me Lady Violet Pink, and I have some interest in many things, but I'm not going to tell you about it because these are, I'm not going to talk about anything in front of you. I'm not very secretive, but I just don't like to talk about things that I do in front of people. I'm a lady. I belong to a very, very prestigious house, but now I'm here in Brindlewood Bay and I'm living the last years of my life with my friends, and I do miss my late husband, Lord Henry of Pingsburg, a lot, and I do miss my son Henry Jr. a lot, but well, what can we do about it? And this is Lady Violet Pink.
You say it like these are the last years of your life. It has been determined. This is it. I've got exactly 4 years left. Fantastic. I love it. And now let's go meet Kush's character, who we did not meet last time. Tell us a little bit about Nandini, please.
Namaskara. Myself Nandini, and I like cooking. I like knitting for my granddaughter, and you see my hair, it's all black. You see I have no glasses. Why? It's because I use shikakai. Shikakai is before anyone else came up with superfood. Shikakai is best Indian original superfood. Put it in everything and eat, you'll be young forever, I'm telling you. So that's Nandini.
Lady Violet needs some so she can buy a few more extra years. Fabulous. Okay, so I do, since we didn't get a chance to go over this last time with Nandini, I think we should talk about your other things that are in your cozy little place as well. Last time we for people who watched the character creation session, we got to see all the like fun stuff that's in your house based off of your past. And so maybe just tell us what we have graced your home with here.
Yes. First of all, it's the most important thing. As I said, shikakai. You can put it in everything. It's good for your bones. It's good for your skin. It's good for your eyesight. It's the best superfood. OG superfood. And then I have one Bata chappal. Okay, you know Bata? Bata is like this original Indian brand of chappal.
It's not Indian.
Yes, it's not Indian, but Indians don't know that. Yeah, and it is very strong. You can hit people with it. You can run with it also. And like if you eat shikakai and run with Bata chappal, you can run very fast also. And then I have one photo album. This is my husband, Malik Manjunathan. He left. I don't know why he took these weird photos. It's weird angles, some corners of the room and some signboards and all is there. I don't know what to make of it and all. And finally, I have this Mahakala mask, which is the mask you put outside your home so that you don't get kai, which means like people don't put bad eyes on you if you put that. It's very useful.
Evil eye thing,
Yeah.
Fantastic. I think we're going to learn a little bit more about what happened to your husband. Maybe. We'll see. We'll learn something. So our goal for today is to get our mystery started and to start gathering some clues and learn a little bit more about these characters, as well as to learn how to play the game. You don't have to worry too much about like what you should or shouldn't be doing at any given time, because I'm really good at like guiding you along and teaching the game as we go. And we've got 2 sessions, so we have plenty of time to look around and poke around as we need to. Before we even begin playing, though, we have a couple of Maven moves that fire off. And so we're going to do that now. Indeed, we're going to start our scene with Liana Leaf upstairs in your home. It's the morning time. What do you do in the morning?
Morning, I take a cup of coffee. And I go up, sit in front of my canvas, and then I start by thinking about what I'm going to paint. And then I close my eyes for about 45 minutes. And when I open my eyes, a painting is formed. It's great.
While you are in the middle of coalescing your inspirational vapors there, you hear from downstairs, bum bum, ding dong, ding dong. What do you do?
I open my eyes. I look at my half-finished painting. And I'm looking at it and going, what? Is that a
Ding
face?
dong, ding dong.
I start going down. I put the paints down and quickly go downstairs. And I opens the door.
When you open the door, there's no one there. But on your doorstep, there is a beautifully wrapped package. It's been wrapped with silver foil wrapping and tied with a blue ribbon. It almost looks like a holiday package, like a Christmas package or something. What do you do?
Before touching it, I'd like to just look around, see if there's anything on it, like an emblem, anything.
Not that you can tell, no. There's no card, there's no indication of who it came from.
I have my package carrying stick, so I go take out like one long stick. Is it like a handle? Is that?
I mean, you could probably slip it under the ribbon, yeah.
I slip it under the ribbon and slowly put it onto my table.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't explode or anything. You're good.
I'm still careful. I take out the ribbon and like open it up.
Inside, again, there's no notes or anything. There is a statuette about the size of, I don't know, it's about the size of your hand, maybe. And it's jade, and it is a carved statuette in jade of a snake or a serpent. And per your scarecrow move, this is a clue. What it means, who knows? But you have this. Note it somewhere. Meanwhile, Nandini, how do you spend your morning?
Well, unlike most people who use this espresso and French press and AeroPress and all, it's all very weak methods to make coffee, okay? You have to make concoction overnight. You leave it and you let it steep, and in the morning you find one concoction. In that hot milk you pour like this from far. It will aerate and make coffee even stronger. So morning I make coffee like that first. And then I make uttapa in the morning, which is a flat bread. And I am sitting and eating both of them together.
While you're sitting there eating, you'll notice that your answering machine, you have an answering machine, your answering machine, the little light is blinking, indicating that at some point someone left you a message. What do you do?
Although Nandini knows this is an answering machine and she can't reply instinctively, she's just like, hello, Nandini this side.
Yeah, there's no reply. You'll have to press the button to listen to the message.
And then she presses.
Beep. Hello, Nandini. You don't know me, and I suspect we will never have a chance to meet in person. But I know what happened to your husband. I have all the information you need. But I'm not going to give it to you all at once. You're going to have to help me with something. This won't have any meaning to you yet, but remember it. Go to the yacht, and then look behind the woman in the red dress. Beep! That is your Jim Rockford move. If you do this, you get XP.
Listening to this, Nandini just go, yo, these kids are these rascal kids, just annoying, and doesn't take it too seriously for now.
And now we have the opening credits of our TV show. We always start every session of Brindlewood Bay with cozy vignettes. So if you have ever seen Murder, She Wrote or similar TV shows, during the opening credits, they show cutscenes of the character riding on a bike or doing some gardening or just in, kind of living their life, right? So happy. And that's what you're all going to do. For your Maven, I want you to narrate of a scene showing your Maven enjoying her life in Brindlewood Bay. The scene should either be warm and cozy or light and breezy, it's your choice. But just a little quick bit of your Maven doing her thing. Think about it for a moment. Whoever wants to go first, please do.
Oh yeah, so for Nandini it'll be, you'll see a long scarf on the floor. And as the camera keeps panning up, you see the scarf is like wrapped around her neck, and she's just knitting that itself and making it longer and longer.
For the curry, it would be essentially like one of those views where it is like a scene underneath, and then you go up, and it becomes a different scene. So the one below is essentially her gambling in Brindlewood Bay. So you see a lot of these aristocrats sitting around looking very pompous and prudish and not at all pleased that she has taken all their gold. And it's just Kuri just like gathering it, and the next scene as it goes on upwards, it's essentially her lying hungover on her bike in front of Lady Violet's fountain, because that's just how close we are.
And you see Lady Violet Pink morning starts with when she's in her bed, and she just, she uses a bell to call her servant, and she just brings the breakfast, and she's like, oh, I'm too old to even eat this breakfast. Oh my god, is there boiled egg again today? And she's like basically talking about the breakfast, and eventually you see then the scene changes to how she meets Kuri every day for the morning jog. And she's wearing her pink jacket over her, beautiful Victorian gown. And then you see the other two usually joins as well. And you see during the gambling session as well, she's with Kuri and she's like, oh my, she did it again. And she's just enjoying and, losing her money. But yeah, she's having fun.
So like the scene like slowly goes up as these three are like walking about, and Liana's in her like balcony garden, looking out to the extent of like Brindlewood Bay, and seeing all the sights that she now finds it familiar. And like there's this tiny little book that she's carrying, which is obviously one of the mystery books that are there. But also there's another book which is a lot tinier, and it's written Sam's journal, and she reads it every morning just to remember him. And also, just more than gardens, there are a lot of canvases around, so it's overflowing into the terrace now. But like it's like very beautiful landscape drawing.
I love it. Our first mystery is called, or our mystery is called Dad Overboard. And we start on the top floor of the Candlelight Booksellers during the weekly meeting of the Murder Mavens Mystery Book Club. Now, you all are, in addition to your various hobbies, knitting, etc., you are also huge fans of murder mystery books. And in particular, you love the series called The Gold Crown Mysteries by mysterious author Robin Masterson, featuring her signature character, international super sleuth Amanda Delacourt. And so, of course, those are the books you're usually discussing whenever you have your meeting. Let's paint the scene. Paint the scene is a little keeper technique whereby I pose a question to you all about the location that we're in, and in the answering of it, you all kind of explore an idea connected to that place. And so you're in this loft space where you hold your weekly Murder Mavens meetings. It's evening time. As the camera pans around the loft space, what do we see that shows how you have personalized the space? And everyone answers.
So I think I'm imagining, of course, our benefactor is Lady Violet herself. So I'm imagining one of her various, not even her guest room, it might be her third ballroom or something like that.
It's my parlor.
Your parlor, yes. So, I know her house so well. So we're just hanging out there. All of us have our spots. My spot is a makeshift advertising booth where I am currently working on repurposing shikakai as the extraordinary new Eastern medicine that everyone has to try out. So I'm standing there and putting packaging material, and I have my little encyclopedia of medicine, which is completely fake, where most of the notes over which is written people's names and their addresses and how long it's expected for them to fall sick again.
At the entrance of this hall, Nandini would actually be the first one to arrive before everyone else, before the time. And every day every once in a while, whenever this meeting happens, she at the entrance she makes this design of a rangoli, a large rangoli, because it is auspicious. And every time someone is walking in, she would stop. Don't walk over it. Move from side and come. And that's what Nandini would have done there.
For Liana, it'll be like Kuro always asks me to create logos and like packaging material stuff. So like there's a lot of chart paper in front of me where I keep painting stuff.
Oh my god.
This is more on the side. My major thing is like either reading through the books, the Golden Crown mystery books, or trying to start painting something, but I'm very worried when I paint with people around. So I go, like, I'm not as good as I should be. But like, I try every time when people are with me.
And you see, this is actually Lady Violet Makespace. So it's very Victorian in look. And there is, again, there is a bell there. And you can see there is a book, like a lot of books regarding the Crown Mysteries. And you can see she always have a very specific routine to follow. She comes, she doesn't even need to wait for Nandini to stop her. She knows she have to like move like this. And then she goes, she sit on sofa, she just like, yeah, I have to read 10 pages today. And she's like, she's just reading the pages. And every time someone takes up any book, she have a ledger right in on the table. And she's like, note down the notebook's name, please. I don't want anything to get missing. These are very special, okay? Special editions sent to me by the you know who. I'm not going to tell you who, but you know who. And I'm just like, this is my daily routine of reading every day 10 pages for this like books.
I love it. Just as you are wrapping up your meeting of the Murder Mavens, you hear someone trudging up the stairs to your little meeting area. Their footsteps are heavy. Bump, bump, bump. Accompanied by quite labored breathing, occasional stops along the stairway. And then finally, pulling himself up to the top, is Sheriff Wyman Dalrymple, local sheriff of Brindlewood County, law enforcement officer. He is very haggard, very jowly. He speaks with a permanently exasperated tone. And he says, "Good evening, Murder Mavens.
Namaskara.
He says, I'm going to pretend like I'm not seeing anything of a medically dubious and possibly illegal nature going on here at the Candlelight Booksellers. Ladies, I have a bit of an issue, something I need your help with. Now, because of all the mystery books you read, you've gotten pretty good at helping out with some local mysteries. You were very, very helpful with June Willoughby's missing Pekingese, quite helpful in helping the Thune family figure out who was defacing their potted plants, but now we have something of a slightly more serious nature. And by slightly more serious, I mean murder.
Oh my god. That's cool.
Gasp, gasp, gasp. So, we dragged a body out of the bay earlier today. Best we could tell, it was a Mr. Albert Krause, a local, well, not local, a wealthy financier from Boston. He and his family are vacationing in the area. Their yacht is currently parked a quarter-mile offshore.
Yata. And Nandini remembers the call at this point.
He says, yes, Mr. Krause, we went out and talked to the family. They seem to think that Mr. Krause must have gotten drunk last night, fell overboard, and his body washed up in the bay. But the family was behaving a little strangely, and I'm not completely convinced of their story. In fact, I suspect foul play. Unfortunately, without evidence of foul play, I can't keep the body in Brindlewood Bay. I will be forced to let them take it to Boston. And, well, me and my deputies are having a little bit of trouble finding evidence of foul play. And so, this is where you come in.
If you just drank milk every day as a child, no, you'll be smarter than this. Okay, we can come. It's okay.
I refuse to believe that any shortcomings in my long and distinguished law enforcement career could be overcome by drinking milk. I would like to think that it's because we are understaffed, under-resourced. We don't even have a morgue here in Brindlewood Bay. They're currently keeping the body at the fish market in the freezer. The family has a friend in Mr. Etienne Beauregard at the fish market. He's storing the body until we can figure out what to do with it. As you might imagine, that puts a little bit of extra time pressure on the situation. I think the town council would not be happy to learn that a corpse was being stored in the freezer of our tourist attraction fish market. Now, no one is more upset about having to come to a bunch of old biddies, a bunch of old ladies, a bunch of lovely women for help than me. But I really could use a hand here. And I know you all like little mysteries, and so here I am.
We'll come. We'll help you. But I think our problem is more institutional. You should talk to your head of department.
Take it up with the town council. It has nothing to do with me.
Vance, it's okay. Cool down. And I go like, Sir, Sheriff, sir, we would love to be helpful to you in any way possible, of course, And
yes.
We have no
Wonderful.
reason for not wanting to help you. But if I might just inquire, just there. Not a reward per se, but is there a momentum of gratitude maybe for us solving?
Well, I would like to remind you that town council is currently incredibly suspicious and indeed dissatisfied with some of the medical cures you've been hawking around town, Dr. Corday, and I have the ability to make those belabored inquiries go away.
But just to let you know, if you ever required some medicine yourself, Sheriff, of course, no
I'm too far
charges
gone. I'm too far gone. I have 1 foot in the grave. I've got 1.5 feet in the grave. I don't even know how I get around, frankly.
Shikakai. It's fantastic. Let me give you a pack just to test it out. Give some to the missus,
Okay,
Mr.
all right.
Just take care.
Okay.
And
Do I put this in a tea? What do we do here?
and I look over to Nandini. It's a tea. You can use it as a tea, and it's one of those.
Right.
It's one of those Indian chai teas, special one.
Is that redundant?
But,
It's okay, man. You call it chai tea, you call it whatever, you have it, okay?
But Sheriff, about this, the fish refrigerator is of course concerning as it is, and the unclaimed yacht is interesting to know as well. But about the family members, though, what has you suspicious of them, and who are they?
Well, yeah, he'll give you a rundown. So here I want to point you to, on the character keeper, there's a tab that says mysteries. And if you look over, there's I've started one for Dad Overboard, and I'm putting I'm tracking all the characters you meet in the section called suspects. And so as we talk about them, you can just note them there as you wish. But he will tell you that the Krauses are wife Allison, eldest daughter Sarah, son David, and youngest daughter Emily. There is also the captain of the yacht that he met, as well as their butler, Andrew. And, of course, there is Mr. Etienne Beauregard, a local, who works at the fish market and who is storing the body for them, and he's a family friend of the Krauses. Now, I have a question to ask to Violet here. You actually met one of the Kraus children several years ago, either daughter Sarah, daughter Emily, or son David. What were the circumstances around that meeting?
I say I might have met David because he might have come to our palace to meet Henry Jr. and they might be working on.
He's an art dealer, for what it's worth. Yeah.
Yeah. So Henry Jr. was just, decorating the palace according to his own taste. So he called him, and that is the moment when I might have met him.
Fantastic. So you actually know a member of the Kraus family. You have a connection there. So he thanks you for your help. He impresses upon you. He does not need you to solve the whole mystery. He just needs you to figure out just some kind of evidence of foul play so they can keep the body in Brindlewood Bay, so they can continue investigating. He repeats, I repeat, you do not have to solve the whole mystery. That is the job of the Brindlewood County Sheriff's Department. And in fact, I would really appreciate it if you didn't let people know generally that you're even helping us out with this.
It's fine.
And
Sheriff.
of course, naturally, you are going to solve the whole mystery, right? What were you saying, Liana?
I'd like to. I take out my wallet. It's a tiny little purse. I open it up. I pull out like a $5 note, and I slowly walk up to the sheriff and like, "This is for the your understaffed, underpaid here."
Oh, he's like, thank you. That's not exactly how we do budget appropriations, but
How much would you require?
And you know what? Not that he did. Beef was loaded. And then I was like clocking her a little bit, like, wow.
So we would have known. All of us would have known. She's probably bluffing.
Don't say it so loud.
And you see,
yeah.
after this conversation, she's like, anything else, Sheriff? I don't allow men in my parlor, but if you have anything else, then tell me or else leave.
He will go. So this is the kickoff to the mystery. You have, it's evening time. It's still fairly early in the evening, but it is nighttime. And you have some leads. The first lead is where the body is being stored. The friend of the family, Etienne, who is storing the body, may not be completely receptive to you going in and poking around that body. So you might have to sneak in or otherwise find a way to get to the body without him knowing or without him realizing, or just convince him to let you see it one way or the other. There's the yacht itself. If you want to go out to the yacht where it's anchored and investigate there and talk to the family and look around, the sheriff will provide you with a deputy who will take you out on a little boat to go to the yacht. And so those are two options. There's also, you can investigate however you want, though. Maybe you do some kind of research, maybe you do something else, maybe you make some phone calls. It's up to you. But I think what I want to do is go around the table and find out how you are interested in investigating. And you don't have to all stay together. You can split up as you wish or whatever you want. But I want to start with Liana. How might you approach the investigation to start?
Liana is very interested in looking at the body because she's not well known for knowing about bodies, but she would like to be well known for being well known for knowing about bodies. So it's an immediate it's that morbid curiosity that's filling Liana's brain. So she looks at everybody and says, Zed's body is, Zed, the body that is there, we should go and look at that. Maybe it will give us clues. and evidence and blood. I mean, no blood.
I will have to go and change my clothes for going to the morgue, So
It's not a morgue.
it's not
It's a
a morgue.
fish. It's a freezer and a fish
oh
market.
yeah. Now I'm basically confused now if I should wear the clothes that I wear for fish market or for the morgue. I don't know.
Why? Do you think that your friend on the side, maybe she'd have some information about us, or someone in the aristocratic society? Maybe they've heard about a spat that the couple might have had, or the family itself.
I actually know the son very well.
How's he?
He's like, I met him long time back when my son Henry was buying some art collection for himself to decorate the palace. So I did had a little bit of chit chat with him during the tea time. So I might be able to talk to him.
Ah, and this young man, is he interested in cards, horses, curious medicine?
He seemed like a capitalist to me.
A capitalist? Well, okay. Well, let's check out the body first.
So it sounds like maybe Lady Violet wanted to go to the yacht. Nandini, I know you want to go to the yacht, right?
I think
What we can do is, Kure and Liana, you both can go check the body, and I and
check the
Nandini
body.
Yeah.
go to the
That
yacht.
sounds like a good way. That seems like a good division there.
Although if people are talking about going to visit the body, Nandini wouldn't say that she wants the other thing.
I'd say that.
What?
How about why? Like, you come with us. You don't need to come in. I understand how these places treat people. But you can sit outside, make a couple of calls, maybe keep an ear out for the family. They should be there grieving.
No, they're on the yacht.
Oh, they're on the yacht.
That's the reason why the reason why the sheriff is suspicious is because the family they seem particularly unbothered by his death. So they're still back on the yacht.
Violet's like, I don't seem like David quite loved his family that much, if I understood what I understood. And the family seems to be like they like to enjoy and party a lot, even though someone died in the family.
Do you have connections to a lawyer, perhaps? Someone who has access to will? Maybe we can find out what property for the children or himself. Or maybe
It could be a good opportunity to use your little black book. I think possibly.
Yeah. I was thinking. So you see, Violet is like the only thing that is not pink. Okay. She takes that black book out, and she's like, "It's gonna take a while," and then she's like, seems like, can I make up a name or something for the lawyer?
Sure, of course. Yeah.
Robert Langdon is gonna help us in this, I believe.
You can definitely call Robert Langdon up and talk to him. So this would trigger our move. So if you want to look at the little moves tab, this move that we would be doing is called the meddling move. When you search for a clue, conduct research, or otherwise gather information, describe how you're doing so, and roll with an appropriate ability. I think the ability you're probably using is presence, which is the sort of social ability. However, if you want to mark your little black book, I'll let you roll at advantage as well.
Okay, so I'm going to mark my notebook because my presence is like 0.
So you'll roll 3 dice and take the 2 highest.
But then you can't use the black book again, right?
It still exists as a thing you can use. It just can't be used to get an extra die. So
it's fine. We have to use it one way or another. So 3d6, right?
3d6 and then take the 2 highest.
So I rolled 4, 5, 6.
Oh,
okay.
Nice.
So 5 and 6 is what, 11? So very good. We'll have that scene in a moment. You can be making that phone call while everybody else is kind of doing what they're doing. So did we decide where everybody else is headed right now? Leanna, you were going to the fish market, right?
Yeah.
Dr. Dakota, you're going to...
I'll be accompanying Cicely so that
Okay.
only one with somewhat a medical expert. Let's see if he's actually dead. There's a fish market.
And-
It could just be a catfish.
Nandini, are you going to go to the yacht or are you going to go to the...
If Lady Pink is going with me, then I'll go to the yacht. If she's also going to the fish market, then I'll follow along.
So I say I am just like with Nandini, I'm just like having this call, and eventually we both will head to the yacht.
Sounds good. So let's pick up with the fish market then. So we should talk a little bit more about like Brindlewood Bay as a town. So Brindlewood Bay is a town in New England. It is a tourist town for much of the year, especially right now. Basically, it's a cute, quaint little fishing village that has, fishing tours. It has bed and breakfasts. It's got artisans, art installations and exhibits, just little things like that, right? And restaurants. And this time of year, it is crawling with tourists. The fish market in particular, it is a fish market. They sell fish there, but it's really more of a tourist attraction. I don't know if you're familiar with, like, say, Pike Place in Seattle. It's that kind of thing. People go there. The fishmongers, like, put on performances with the fish. They throw them back and forth and, to entertain the tourists and all that kind of, it's that kind of place. You can feel the wet grit beneath your shoes as you both approach. There are Edison lights strung overhead to give it that really particular kind of Martha Stewart sort of glow. And let's paint the scene. This is for everyone, even the characters that are not there. What do we see that reminds you why you love the fish market, or what about this place makes you hate coming down here? It's one or the other. Do you love it or hate it, and why?
It's easy for Nandini. She's vegetarian. So she just gets the smell, the sight, the blood, all of it. It's just not for her.
And Dr. Dakota also loves the fish market. She loves the fish market because it's been a hot place for salmonella and diarrhea and gives her many cases when she feels like she's a little low on the wallet side of the I would say that she does have also a particular stock of fishmongers here that she possibly gives a pretty coin to sell slightly decaying fish to certain people that look incredibly rich and might be staying at a particular hotel that I frequent. So yes.
Liana loves the fish market for the obvious reason, that is that she likes it when they cut up the fish in front of her.
What's wrong with you?
No, but it's great. Have you seen how they cut?
Okay.
Dakota, he's amazing. Like the way they like cut up the fish like very quickly and easily, and like the skill is what almost excites Liana. And like the colors of the fishes also bring out like a lot of my paintings about the fish market. There are some fish market drawings out there, but like it's the colors, the smell not so much, but like the colors and the skill of these people is what Leaf like.
For Lady Violet, it's like she usually avoids fish market, but for occasional caviar and like fancy exotic fishes, she usually shows up with her butler and then command him to, you should go to that shop, I like that fish. And she's like not touching anything, just like telling the butler to buy everything for her.
That's where the doctor like stops the butler and sometimes like, not that one. Next one.
So Etienne Beauregard is a local. He is a friend of the Krause family, and he's the one who has agreed to store the body for the family until they can take it back to Boston. You see Etienne. He is performing for a group of tourists. There's a sort of couple of touristy families that are there in the fish market, and Etienne he's got like he's a very like healthy, hale looking kind of middle-aged guy with a salt and pepper beard and a little red beanie cap. He looks like a man of the sea, and he has a large fish in his hands, and he's kind of dancing around with the fish. He's singing his little song, les poissons, hee hee hee, ha ha ha, and he's kind of teasing the sort of the dad of this family. He kind of like swoops in with the fish, and he says, "Oh, Monsieur Le Poisson wants to give you a kiss. Give Le Poisson a kiss." And the dad's like, "Oh," and Etienne's kind of putting the fish in his face and all this stuff, and they're laughing, and everybody's having a good time. Liana and Dr. Dakota, you're both there. What's your approach here? Are you going to try to sneak around to the back where the body is? Are you going to try to convince him to let you see it? What are you going to do?
I'm just going to hold back Liana, because that was quite a display, and our husbands have been dead for some time.
He is very good looking. If you've ever played, I imagine he looks like, if you've ever played The Last of Us, he looks like Joel in The Last of Us. Right? Yeah.
I hold her back tighter.
Please, Dakota, that has been so long.
I know.
He's French.
He's a married man. I don't think they practice polyamory. Maybe. We can move it. But
what is it, Dakota?
Well, I mean, I don't see what you're seeing, because I know there's a dead body in his fridge, but I assume we can. I do know the back entrance, but I gather we could just go make small talk with him. Purchase a fish. Maybe?
You could.
I have the best idea for you, Dakota. You because you are a thief. Why don't you go?
I'm a doctor. Come on, Liana.
I'm sorry. I know, but my English is not so good, you see. So, Dakota, why don't I? What is the word? Cause distraction with Etienne, huh? Mm-hmm. And you go back and find the body, because you're of course the better doctor. You know the body.
I agree.
Sounds good.
I could do that, and if you see anybody come in, he has a huge family as well. Make a scene. How about it?
You leave that to me.
I love it. We'll pick up with the scene in a moment. Let me check in with Lady Violet and this call to this lawyer, Robert Langdon. He picks up the phone and he says, "Is this Violet Pink calling me?"
Of course, Robert. It's been so long.
I don't normally pick up my phone after 5 o'clock, so you're very lucky to get me, but I can't pass up an opportunity to talk to you. How are things going with that little probate matter that I helped your family with last year? Is that all going well?
Oh, that was so kind of you to help me with that. I will never forget how kind you have been to me.
Well, you also paid me quite a lot of money, so it wasn't a completely charitable act. Well, what can I do for you?
Robert, whenever I am in a pickle, I always call you. So today also, there is something happening in the Brindlewood Bay, and a family, a very rich family arrived recently here. Do you know them? What was the family name? Albert Kuros from Boston.
Albert Krause
He's
from Boston. I do indeed. Big, wealthy financier. He's, my firm has done some work for the Krauses before. They're a big client.
Just wanted to ask you some things about him. They recently showed up here in the yacht and having some occasional parties in the Brindlewood Bay, and they also invited me. And I was just wanted to know how this family is. Are they good enough? I heard their son is a art dealer, I think.
He does. He's got a chain, or well, not a chain. He's got several art galleries in Boston that I think would probably not be very successful if not for his family's backing. But and well, they're they have a lot of money. They're pretty profligate spenders, I would say. What kind of information are you looking for? I mean, I can help you within reason. Of course, I do have to maintain a certain amount of anonymity for the client.
Oh, I just wanted a little bit of character sketch of these people. Are they good enough to do business with?
Just between you and me, I think there is something going on with that family. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but I know that you will keep it between us.
Of course.
I happen to know that one of my colleagues in the firm just made an adjustment to Mr. Krause's will.
Oh my God.
He actually cut out his daughter, Sarah, in favor of Sarah's 3 children, Mercedes, Porsche, and Lambo.
Oh my. Okay. That is. She might have done something really.
I don't know. But, does indicate that maybe there is some family drama there, something kind of going on. I hope that's helpful.
Oh, definitely. I don't want to get involved with a family who's having a family drama, It's very bad for, my own business. I want to, keep a standard. So.
Of course. Hey, my wife is throwing a party in a couple of weeks. You should come.
Oh, definitely. I would like to just notify me, send me the card or the information. Everything is online nowadays. So
I'm sure she's probably already sent you an invitation in the mail. I wouldn't know, but in case not, I'll make sure she does.
Oh, okay, sure. Thank you so much, Robert. You've been so kind. And I will help you with all your charity. If there is any, just let me know.
Splendid. So, of course, because you got a 10 plus, you got the clue free and clear. That was your clue. Your clue is that Albert cut Sarah out of the will in favor of her children. And so if somebody wants to note that on the little clue section of the mystery sheet, you can go ahead and do that. And let's fast forward now to taking the little boat out to the yacht. But first, let's start at the marina. The marina, when the two of you arrive, Violet and Nandini, there's the smell of salt spray in the air, gulls declaiming overhead, and of course you have the typical mix of locals and tourists. I think there's a couple of influencers trying to interview some grizzled old salty sea dogs for their TikTok channels, and they don't know what's going on, and selfies happening with locals. It's all, it's a thing. Let's paint the scene, everyone, though. This is a busy time of year at the marina. In what ways are the tourists making it difficult for you to conduct your investigations?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I think we lost Nandini.
You're mute.
Yeah, I think he's like.
Let's just go into break for about 5 minutes.
Okay, that sounds good. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Oh, he came back immediately.
Can you hear us? Because the void
Hey.
got you.
Sorry, random power cut.
No worries.
Okay, so let's paint the scene about the marina. It's a busy time of year at the marina. In what ways are the tourists making it difficult for you to conduct your investigation?
The marina is where the yacht is.
It's where Nandini and Lady Violet are to get on the boat to go to the yacht.
Okay.
I'd say that there are a couple of teenagers trying out a trend where it's like planking, but you do it at the end of God, I've forgotten what it's called.
Pier.
Sorry, what is it called? Oh, where you walk
Marina?
up.
Yeah.
The pier,
little
the pier,
bridge. Oh,
yeah.
the pier. Yeah. So
Yeah.
at the end of the pier is essentially like you need to plank at the end and try not to fall into the sea, and it's causing quite a ruckus. And it's been an annoyance for the last couple of days. Great for the doctor though, because broken bones needs a long-term business.
And hypothermia.
And hypothermia. It's great, short and long-term contracts essentially like that.
You see, when Nandini and Lady Violet are walking towards the boat, and there is butler that is there, Lady Violet's butler, and he's like
What's your
preparing
butler's name?
everything.
Sorry, what's your butler's name?
My butler's name is John, like a very simple name. That is what popped up in my mind just now. Yeah. So John is like preparing the journey right now. He's like taking out the boat, telling all these teenagers to go away. And if they're not moving, just picking them up and like moving them. And I am right now telling Nandini that, oh, Nandini, I just had a talk with Mr. Robert Langdon. Okay. He's an amazing lawyer. And he just told me that, this guy, I always forget his name, Albert, he's basically removed his daughter from the will. And there is some kind of family drama that is going on. And I think there might be some sort of, this can be the reason why he died, no? Just
my
letting
God.
you know.
Children killed father. That is very sad. How? This and all. Who does this, dude?
Yeah, nowadays this happens a lot.
Put at the end.
Who does this, ma?
Nowadays children doesn't like to listen to their parents, or sometimes they even end up killing them. But what can we do about it?
What can you
Very
do?
disheartening.
Yeah, let's just go, and we just like go towards the boat and sit in it, and we just like went towards the yacht.
Yeah, we'll get over to the yacht. Okay, so let's check back in at the fish market really briefly. So, Liana, you were going to distract Etienne. What does that look like? What are you doing?
So usually she has it's a bonnet in when she puts out her hair.
Etienne has like a little. Liana has bonnet.
Liana,
Okay, yeah.
So she sort of like loosens it up, like lets the hair flow a little bit. It's like she's not like used to being, as the kids today say, riz. So
She doesn't have the riz.
doesn't have risen on, but like she's just like, I just look sexy, and like she sort of like her décolletage is a little lower than it should be. That's all it is. So she slowly walks up to this
Etienne.
this of a Frenchman, and goes like, "Monsieur, how are you today?"
He says, I am very good, madame. Let me just... and then he gets really quiet. And he says, hi, Ms. Leaf. Let me just finish with these tourists really quick. And we'll talk.
But you have to...
Le poisson.
So, like, I'll help you, darling. I'll help you. This is the best fish in all the town. You give me 4.
First, you must kiss Le Poisson.
I will kiss the poisson, and I take the fish and like passionately kiss.
And I think the crowd is like, oh, yay, how exciting. And we'll get back to the scene in a moment. Meanwhile, Dr. Dakota, you're going to sneak around to the back while the crowd is kind of distracted, right?
Yes,
so
I'm gonna see the kissing scene through a window and make a note for meds for later.
Indeed.
I'm gonna take a casual stroll. I'm not going to really look like I'm sneaking in, really.
Yeah.
Like,
I think you can go in. Yeah, you can probably go into the rear of the fish market because they have like a a big door, like a garage type door raised up. And so nobody will stop you from wandering into the back where the workers are, but you might have to sneak or otherwise casually stroll into where the actual freezer is. But I want to talk about the back of the fish market. You can feel the chill of the cold storage, and there are lots of surly sorts back there having cigarettes and kind of looking at you funny. And there's a very strong fishy smell naturally. Let's paint the scene, everyone. We have the feeling that Dr. Dakota is being watched. What makes us think this?
Okay.
Everyone can answer.
Okay, I'll keep it simple. As Dr. Dakota is walking in, at the moment she just has this feeling, and she just turns around, and when she does, just with the corner of her eyes, she just sees a shadow moving away from her vision.
There's also this sense of like the shadow is one of them, but like the premonition of it, like the voices are very much spread throughout, but like you can almost feels like eyes are burning in the back of your head when you feel that.
I'd say as well that when Dakota starts to walk down the path and does recognize a couple of familiar faces, and these are ones that she had prior business with, but they don't return, or even a glance looking away. That gives her a impression that it might be somebody else.
Getting pretty ominous. Lady Violet, what do you think?
I think the street is dark and there are a lot of nook and crannies around, and it's very easy to hide there. And there might be someone there can be any number of reasons why someone might follow Dakota. Like, she has swindled so many people in Brindlewood Bay. That's why someone is chasing her and just keeping an eye on her. And this is not a very safe space for you right now because it's a dark street.
Dr. Cody, how are you feeling right now?
I'd say, actually adding on to what Lady Violet said, knowing that there's so many nooks and crannies, there are just so many. And that makes me unhinged. Because at every moment when I pass by something, I'm essentially in the back of my head, I'm going through various injuries in my head. Like essentially they could come from here and this is what would happen to me. What would I have to do to like counter that? If they were to go for like, if they were trying to get me into a chokehold, which is the most, depending on their height, would it be? And it's just this rapid thinking that's kind of getting her more nervous than anything else.
I want you to write down a condition on your condition section called uneasy. We're going to say you're uneasy currently. And now I want to ask you, how do you plan on getting into the freezer where the body is?
So I want to look for a busboy. Essentially someone that could be like a steward or someone who's just cleaning inside or helps with transporting the fish from the harbor to And I'm going to look for someone a little youngish, someone who could sleep and
very good.
Keep a packet of sugar ready and look for this little young chap, and essentially I want to either intimidate them or give them a treat in exchange.
I think this will work, or I think you'll be able to find someone, and I think we'll trigger a move here. We're going to do the night move. The night move says, when you do something risky, name what you're afraid will happen if you fail or lose your nerve.
I would be definitely afraid that people think I'm a grave robber. the doctor who's going without telling anybody, trying to get this body out of the fridge, and it could be it could be totally blown out of proportion, but I'm most afraid of a room.
And now, as the keeper, because it's the night move, I tell you how it's worse than you fear. It's worse than you fear because while you're worried that people will think you are a grave robber, that you're going to do something with the body, in fact, this young person is connected to whatever conspiracy caused Albert Krauss to be killed. And he's worried that you are going to you're going to start putting the pieces together. And we can't have that. And he might actually do something violent. So let's go ahead and this is going to be with presence, possibly composure. We'll say presence. If you wish to continue, you're going to roll. I'm going to put you at disadvantage because of your uneasy condition. And say that you're going to roll 3d6 and take the 2 lowest and add your presence.
Got it. 9. I can't see these dice. 8. Oh my god.
Not great.
Yes. Disadvantage means it's just taking the lowest.
You take the 2 lowest.
Oh
yeah.
my god, it's a 1 and 2.
Yeah. So it's a 3 total, which is a miss, which means I react. Now, I'm going to narrate something that is very bad, but you will be able to get out of it by doing what's called putting on a crown, either the crown of the queen or the crown of the void. Right. But for now, I think I'll take over the narration. You do find this young steward, or this like kind of cleaning kid. He's kind of hanging out by the entrance to the freezer. And you make your offer, you're trying to do your little you help me, I'll help you kind of thing. And he gets really close to you, like to where you can just barely hear him. He's like inches away from you. And he says, I know what you're here to do. I know who you're here for. I'm afraid I can't let you go any further. And you see now that he has a fish boning knife in his hand. At the exact same time this is happening, Leanna, you will notice as you're chatting with Etienne, the tourists have gone away. In fact, the fish market has really emptied out quite a bit. And you start to see people moving in from the shadows. They're wearing robes, cowls, masks that are white, like the faces of Greek statues. And they're sort of positioned all around the fish market. At the exact same moment, Nandini and Lady Violet, as you're getting onto the little boat to go out to the yacht, you're approached by an old, haggard man, the harbor master, Isaiah Langmore, and he points a gnarled finger at you both, and he says, "Do not tempt the sea, for the sea will claim you. Will claim you in her anger." And here, let's take a 5-minute break, and we'll come back and resolve all of these scenes.
Ooh,
All right.
Oh, goddamn!
see y'all in 5.
Fantastic.
I missed out by 2 seconds. Hello, everybody. We're back. We're live. Hello.
Hey.
Thank you for sticking around.
Okay. Let's pick up with Violet and Nandini. As you're getting on this boat, the harbor master, you all know him. He's a local, Isaiah Langmore. He's an eccentric sort, we'll say. He's very like grizzled and gray, and he's missing an eye, or he's got like a glass eye, and he's wearing a beanie cap, and he says, "Do not tempt the ocean, for she is a terrible and violent mistress. You must respect the waves. If you hope to live, if you hope to survive on your journey." You're not going that far, but...
Okay, we'll be careful, ma. Thanks.
I, myself, was dragged beneath the waves all those many years ago, and I saw such horrors. Horrors, but also wonders. Wonders in the briny deep. In the great murky palaces of the Sea Queen, I did witness terrors and temptations.
I go to
Time was not yet up. She had more work for me to do. And so I was sent here to this place. This place to warn others of her fury, of her majesty.
Is this?
Be careful on the open water.
Okay, Makam will go. Hey, this he won't stop on me.
And you say, we realize that it's his usual gimmick. And he was like, yeah, we know, Sea Queen.
I love the fact that like you're all probably the same age, so like, cool, bro. Okay.
Cool story. You can take off. Did you bring John with you, or is John waving goodbye as you take the boat out?
I believe he's the one who is like doing that thing. Yeah, rowing.
It's a motorboat, so you don't have to worry about that.
Okay. Then I'll be like, you can stay here, John. We'll go ourselves. You know.
He says, "Yes, madam, I will deal with." He turns to Langmore. Him. We'll fast forward a bit to the yacht itself.
Mm-hmm.
The Krause family yacht is called the Regal Lady. Even now in the evening in the moonlight, it's blindingly white, everything polished to a shine. As the boat pulls up to the so there's like a little like kind of dock on the rear of it that you climb up from a ladder to get onto the main deck. You can hear a speaker system piping music, jazz, we'll say Tubo Fall Americano is playing on the speaker system. And their butler, Andrew, calls down to you from up above as you're down below, and he's up above, and he says, "Who is that then, down there? And what is your business?"
Tell them Lady Violet Pink is here. David might know me.
Right. And he kind of steps away for a minute, then comes back and says, "All right, you are not expected, but you are welcome. And I'm going to lower down the ladder now." And he kind of lowers down a little rope ladder. "Do you feel confident in your ability to navigate the rope ladder? You do both look like you are of..."
Yeah, what? What do you want to say?
"A seasoned age."
Okay, not that bad. But yeah, we can climb ladder and all.
As you're climbing up the ladder and as you get up to the main deck, let's paint the scene, everyone. What do we see on the yacht that shows that these people have more money than they know what to do with?
I imagine huge, bizarre animal inflatables, that they keep throwing out to the sea to decide to like sit on it and then realize it's not a pool and just watch it just like drift away. And right now near the yacht there are like
How eerie, just a bunch of like floating animals in the ocean.
it's just like a massive giraffe, a hippo, a duck.
Also, the yacht floors are bedazzled max.
Are they
It's
mirrors?
just like that. Not even like some like if you look close enough, one of them or some of them could be diamonds. It's like that much like like tiny little rivets here and there.
The butlers are not wearing tuxedos and such. They're wearing expensive athleisure tracksuit.
Amazing.
And I believe a lot of it is like, although gold is not a very good metal to use in a yacht, but it is there. And you can see like even the handles of each door or the sidebar, they have this gold plating. And it's also very soft. Like if you hold it too tightly, it's gonna, bend a little. So,
Bends a little. Yeah.
so it's like, it seems like it's real gold.
The butler, Andrew, says, Mrs. Krause is having a party in a few minutes on the forecastle. You are welcome to join and state your business to her there. Can I get either of you a drink?
Just one nice strong tea.
All right.
Oh, they have tea. Okay, Nandini, for the future purposes, in these parties, you don't ask for tea, okay? It's always a drink. Even though you don't drink it, you ask for a drink. I would like a
Champagne, madam?
Yeah, definitely.
Very well. Please wait
I will
until
also-
someone...
One chai pen.
He just gives you a disapproving look and says, please wait here until someone comes to collect you. And then he goes off. And he just leaves you there on the boat. You can hear at the front of the boat, they're clearly preparing for some kind of party. Strange behavior, given the patriarch of the family was just killed. And from the rear of the boat, you hear Lady Violet, you'll recognize his voice. You hear David Krause, the son. He's hollering. He says, Andrew, are you going to bring me a lemon for my drink, or do I have to squeeze it out of my hat? But they've left you there. You can poke around as you wish. Go do whatever you want to do. Nandini, what do you do?
Yeah, no one is here. I think this is perfect time to explore and do investigation like Amanda Delacote does in her books. And all.
Oh, very good. Do we want to invoke the Gold Crown Mysteries move here?
No, it's just a name drop for now.
Yeah, we can do that.
We can also do
We can do
that.
that, right?
You could. There might be something that she did related to yachts, Yeah.
If you remember, Amanda in that book, The Ship of Ghosts, she basically ventured around the ship, specifically that area where that murder happened. So we remember that Albert fell. Let's find out from where he fell. And we're gonna look for that place where he fell from.
Can I chime into this?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, and in the Ship of Ghosts, no, that when that guy fell, some his wallet also fell with him, and some notes and all were there. Something and all you might find there also, where he fell.
Some
I love
clues. Yeah.
So this would be a perfect time to actually use the Gold Crown Mysteries move. You get to do this once per session, actually twice because of Lady Violet's move.
Yeah.
And basically, you have to just talk about one of the Amanda Delacourt books and the situation that Amanda Delacourt found herself in that's similar. And importantly, I need to trigger the move. I need someone to come up with the name of the book in question. What was that Gold Crown mystery called? Something punny is especially appreciated.
Yeah,
What dumb word? I just want to say the dumb word, and please don't use it. The ship of the sus.
This,
It's a dumb word, please do not use it. Thanks. Okay.
I'm open to any title that you think is good.
But Bond did mention Ship of Ghosts, right?
yeah.
I like,
Ship of Ghosts.
yeah. That sounds good. So by invoking this move, you get a couple of options here. And this is sort of a group move. We can either take a 12 plus to the next relevant roll, probably meddling move, or you can state a fact about the current situation that is true. So what do we think?
So, and we're gonna find the location where.
You can find like where he supposedly fell overboard. Yeah, from.
And can we say that we found something in that area, or do we have to tell what we found?
Well, so I would probably say I would go ahead and just take a 12 plus on the meddling move when you go poke around. I think that probably makes the most sense. A 12 plus will nab you the clue plus avoid clue, which is fun. So, we'll come back to this scene. Only one of you needs to go poke around there, though. Who's going to go do that?
I say Nandini is like good at finding things.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna stand there. I'm gonna stand there because I don't want to crease my clothes, you know. So
I mean, you do hear David, and you know David, Violet. I mean, David is clearly around, so that might be an option as well.
Oh yeah, so I'll ask Nandini to look around till I have a conversation with the sun. So will you please, Nandini? I need to talk to the sun, and I'm gonna leave to talk to him.
You find David at the rear of the boat. They have a jacuzzi in the back of the boat, and he's sitting in it. And I think he's like sitting in it, his eyes above the water, when he sees you. And he says, "You're very old."
And you're very young, of course. These are facts.
Fortunately, I'm very fond of the elderly. Do I know you from somewhere?
You don't remember when you visited Pinksburg? You helped my son to have quite a collection of paintings.
Oh, right. Henry Pink.
Anything on your mind?
Over.
Okay.
We're going to cut there. Since I've left a couple of situations kind of hot.
I can only imagine him as, oh god, I forgot his name, but the hippo
Moto.
in Madagascar. Yeah, Moto.
Dr. Kure, this young person has pulled a knife on you. We don't know if he's connected to the murder necessarily or not, but he's clearly unhinged in some way. You can avoid this entirely if you would like to try out the crown mechanics by putting on a Crown of the Queen or Crown of the Void. In which case, we'll change the scene up a little bit. What do you want to do?
So,
you don't have to. We can keep going, but it's up to you.
What are the two differences?
So the Crown of the Queen, if you mark one of those, you're going to narrate usually a scene or a flashback, just showing something about your Maven's past or about their. It's kind of explores the idea of your Maven as a woman. If you mark the first box in the Crown of the Void, things will get a little creepier for you. It's up to you.
I think I'm going to go with the Crown of the Queen for this.
Okay.
I'm going to go for scene in the present, going a private side of.
You want to narrate that now, or do you want to wait till the end?
I'll wait till the end.
Okay, so be thinking about it. You can mark it for now. And instead of a miss, your die roll becomes a 7 to 9. And so that kid does not pull a knife on you. Instead, he says, so you'll give me this medical treatment, which is definitely not illegal narcotics, if I will take you to where the body is being stored.
No, my child. Now, firstly, I'm not giving you a product. I'm giving you an opportunity. Now, look at this. Take this and imagine a prophet. See that at the end of the streets. And at the end, you can see the people clapping at Mrs. Leaf's performance out with the fish. And I was like, look at them. Feeble minds. Okay. They're just here looking to buy anything to take back home.
They're like sea lions, just clapping their hands.
Exactly. Throw them a fish. They're going to run for it. And they're going to take it back. So, chikakaina, okay, is... Let's just say you don't need to really try it out. If you want to, you can. But them, though, they really... Now, if you take me in, how about I offer you a job with a much higher profit margin than the one that you're...
Wait, is this like a mid-level marketing thing? Is this like Herbalife? Like, what are we doing here?
Honestly, you looked like a potential employee, and I felt in the need to hire.
All right. Well, okay. I mean, I do have kind of a crummy job now, and I'm looking for, anything that I can do that doesn't involve me sweeping up fish guts every day. I'm all for it. He says as he sweeps some fish guts past your shoe. And you want me to do what now in exchange for this fantastic opportunity?
Well, tell you what, Timmy. Your name's Timmy, right? You know what? We don't need to tell each other. So, him... Take this, and I hand him $5. And I'm like, think of this as an advance salary for a task you carry out for me right now. The bigger the task, the more the money. But
okay,
imagine how much more.
I'm listening.
Yeah, it's $5 to just open the door, show at the bottom, and a little bit more information. I just want to know if anyone's been snooping around, and honestly, who your, can I say, previous employer is?
He says, I'll open the door. That's as good as you're going to get. And he does undo the lock to the freezer, and he says, you won't miss the body. Whatever you're going to do in there, just make it quick, okay?
Got it. And if anyone comes asking about me, there's another 5 for saying that.
All right. And what are you going to do after you extract the fluids from the body?
I'm going to leave it here, honestly. Do you think you could let me know if you could tell me if anyone comes, to see?
I'll keep an eye out.
And don't
but just for a few minutes. Hurry.
And I go in and I'm looking first of all, this is very concerning to me, even as a slightly quack daughter, to see a body stuffed in a fridge. Is it like a walk-in?
Well, yeah, it's really funny because it's a big walk-in freezer. There are shelves of ice-packed oysters and clams and things, and then in between a shelf of cod and haddock, right in the middle, there is the very obvious shape of a body wrapped in a tarp, just stuck there. So, it's not the most hygienic thing in the world. I would probably stop buying the fish.
I know. Oh God.
What do you do?
This is just another business opportunity for me. Okay, I'm looking at
Yeah, true. Fair enough.
This could become famous as a murder site. The kitchen that housed a body, and never mind. And I go back into looking at the body. A couple of things that I want to look for is how long does he seem to have been dead for? Does his cause of death seem to be asphyxiation or is it drowning?
Unforced trauma or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. You can go ahead and make the meddling move with reason, I would say.
High stat.
I would say reason, and then if you can, I don't know if you can work in one of your items or not, but I don't know if maybe your biker gloves are helping you somehow.
Yeah. Fingerprints. I don't leave any fingerprints.
yeah, there you go. I like that. That's pretty good. If you want to mark that, you can roll with advantage.
Oh, okay, awesome. So that's the 4, 2, and a 6. Does advantage mean I get to roll it again?
Take the 2 highest. Yeah, you roll 3 and take the 2 highest dice.
That's a 6.
Okay, so 8 plus your reason of 2 is a 10. And so you get your clue. We'll come back to that clue in a moment. Liana Leaf. Etienne left you for a moment to go to his office. The place is emptied out weirdly. You're just kind of here in this big, vast, cold fish market, stepping out slowly from the shadows, wearing these robes and cowls and masks that look like the faces of Greek statues, just white and placid. I would like for you to make the night move. What are you afraid is going to happen right now if you lose your nerve?
Feel like if I was to lose my nerve right now, it would be these beings that I'm seeing right now, like almost like grouping onto me and taking me back. Like it's that kind of feeling that is.
It is worse than that. You will be sacrificed to the goddess Persephone so that they may raise forth her terrible child from the deep water. Go ahead and roll with composure.
Oh. What is that? Okay, one second.
Your composure is
1. Okay.
1. 2d6 plus 1.
Okay. Come on. First roll. Come on. It is it disadvantage or this one? It's a 3 and a 5.
Regular 2d6. Yeah.
It's a 3 and a 5.
So you got a 9 total. Yeah, 9 total. So you keep it together. I am going to give you a condition based off how you're feeling seeing this. So how does it make you feel?
The best way I could explain it is it's a mix. It's nostalgia and terrifying.
Yeah. I was like, are you having like good memories here? Like, what's going on?
A little bit of nostalgia, but also terrifying.
Yeah. We shall just say, we'll just say unnerved for now, and so you'll have a condition unnerved. And before you even like can take a second glance, they're gone, and you see tourists, and Etienne's coming back from the office. It's almost like you imagined it. And Etienne says, "Oh, Liana, are you okay? You look a little pale."
Liana just looks at him and
yes, madam, I'll be with I'll be with you in one moment. Un moment. Yeah, you look a little pale. What's going on?
she looks at him. Bonsoir. It's okay. It happens. And like you can notice that like Liana is taking out like a little bit of a handkerchief out of her this one and just touching it and like going like saying something under her breath, like, but nobody actually hears it. So I just put it back in correct. So bonsoir. How's it going?
I don't actually speak French. You can like.
I also do not actually speak French.
Well, now that we've got that all out in the open, here, why don't you you need to sit down. You look like he's just here, come with me. And he kind of takes you to this office away from the crowd, and he'll kind of sit you down and he'll say, did you need something? What's going on?
I was I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but the sheriff had come to meet us. He said that you has the body.
This is about Albert.
Yes, his name, Albert.
What? Well, are you helping the sheriff with what happened?
No, of course not. Do I look like the kind of woman who can help a sheriff? Of course not. I would never do that.
I mean, how many members of the sheriff's department have you met? I mean, they deputized a dog, for God's sake.
I remember that. It was sad but funny.
I think he's probably the most effective member of the force, frankly.
Probably. The German Shepherd, of course.
Right. So, okay.
I was actually just interested because why have they asked you to put the body in this place?
Go ahead and make the meddling move with. Go ahead and make the meddling move with presence. I'm gonna put you at disadvantage though, because as you're talking, he has a little black fluid dribbling from the corner of his mouth. It's just a dribble that gets longer and longer as he talks. And I don't think that's helping your state of mind. So roll 3d6 and take the two lowest, please.
Oh my god.
That's a 2 and a 3. I'm
Plus your presence of
1.
Your presence is 1. So what is the total?
6.
6. Okay, so that's a miss.
Okay.
He says, and I think he catches, like, in the mirror, he sees the black dribbling out of his mouth, and he says, can you just give me a moment, Leanna? And he steps out of the office and just leaves you there. But before he leaves, he closes the blinds that look out into the fish market, and then he leaves the office.
Okay.
And then moments later, the lights go out in the office. And you hear a voice, a disguised voice in the darkness, using like a robotic voice disguiser. I'm going to need you to stop asking so many questions, Mrs. Leaf. And we'll cut away from there for a moment. To Nandini. I'm going to give you a clue because you're getting a 12 plus, an automatic 12 plus on meddling move from using the Gold Crown Mysteries move. And here's what you find. There's a part of the boat, I don't know if you know exactly that's where he supposedly fell off from. Nobody really knows where he fell off from, but you do see there are shards of what look like an antique vase that was smashed. And the shards, they're kind of like just kind of laying there underneath like a little piece of the I don't know, they're just there. You find them. Someone missed them in the cleaning up, or who knows, but that's your clue though. Shards of a busted antique vase. I also owe you a void clue because you got a 12 plus. As you are cleaning up the shards, or just maybe picking them up or looking at them, you can hear sounds coming from the engine room. The sounds of the engine. But it changes. A sound like chanting deep within the boat is your void clue. Lady Violet. David raises up out of the water. Yes, your son and I, we did have a business relationship, that's true. How is he doing?
Well, I imagine I would ask you that question. He doesn't talk to me anymore.
Oh, yes, I remember that now. Classic estranged son. Oh, it is so difficult being a child of the wealthy. Trust me, I know. I like you.
I'm here to ask about your perspective, to understand my son better. How are you doing? Are you in grief?
Why would I be in grief?
Well, your father.
Oh, right. Yes. Terribly sad. So sad. Very, very, very sad. I'm reminded, of course, of the great performance artist Gao Bai, who was so committed to his work, he threw himself from the top of a 5-story building. The ultimate artistic expression, if you ask me. If only my father's death could have been so significant, but he lacked vision.
And you have that vision.
Well, if you're asking, do I know what happened to my father? I assume he got drunk, like he usually does, and fell off. That's what I've been told to say, anyway.
Still, you believe that? Or do you think?
Good. Make the meddling move with presence.
Okay. I don't have presents. Everything to comfort. Okay. Yeah. So what do I roll for that? Just a 2d6?
2d6 plus your presence score, which is
a 0.
0.
Yeah. So a 2d6. Very nice. Okay. I rolled a 4 and a 5.
Nice. So you get a clue, but there's a complication related to the clue in some way. He says, I'm happy to tell you everything I know, everything I suspect. I don't buy the official family line that my father got drunk and fell overboard. That's absurd. He gets drunk all the time. He's even fallen overboard many times, and he's never died. There's something else going on. And I'd be happy to tell you if you would agree to be my date to my mother's party. I find old people incredibly novel.
You know what? Why not? It's been quite a while. I've not been to a date after,
How do you feel about changing out of pink into black?
Oh my god. That is something that is a little something that I will have to think about. But the party is like I also have another friend with me. Will she get one for her as well? Then I will definitely wear a black. To mourn your father as well.
Oh. Well, I just think black is a very lovely, slimming color. But yes, it also helps with the mourning. That's great. It's perfect. All right. Done.
And I think this is my cue to leave. And I go back to Nandini.
Yeah, he's actually going to go. He will actually he'll send Andrew to bring you a selection of black gowns to wear to the party while you go to look for Nandini. Let's check in with Dr. Dakota.
Oh.
I owe you. What did you get on your die roll?
I got 8 plus 2. 10.
Okay, so you got a 10. Oh. Well, if you needed any further evidence that the Brindlewood County Sheriff's Department is really bad at their job, I will tell you that as you are looking at Krause's body, his gray, waterlogged body, he has something stuffed in his mouth. stuffed in his mouth all the way. You can see some swelling at the throat. Do you put your fingers in there to see what it is?
It's a fishmonger shop. I'm sure they have a blade somewhere, a knife for scaling.
You could cut it open, sure. That's way better.
I'm a doctor, sir. Please, I have
That's
my
a good point. You are a
standards.
doctor. I forgot. Yes, I don't want to disparage your medical knowledge. You can, however you do it, you will pull out, wedged in Albert's throat, is a tightly wound wad of receipts for purchases, very expensive purchases, furs, artwork, stuff like that, jewelry. What an interesting clue. That is your clue.
Got it. Could I also? I don't know where this might be filled, but it might. I want to find a piece of clean plastic and essentially just impression his finger.
You can do that. That's certainly fine. And I moved over the void clue. Those are tracked separately on the sheet. Good.
I guess. Is there any way that I could preserve this body so that no further harm could?
I think as long as you all act quickly enough and tell the sheriff what you've learned quickly enough, that will take care of itself.
Got it.
You don't have a lot of time in any case because the Timmy, Timbery, he pokes his head in and says, "You gotta go. Let's go. Come on. There's no more time."
Got it. And I go back to him. I tell him it. I know you didn't see him when he was alive, but if you see anyone that looks like him, do let me know. Do you have a hideout? Suppose any more people I could. I want to start a.
I mean, if you're just looking for people who have really crummy jobs in town who are looking for a leg up, for an opportunity, yes, I can introduce you to lots of people like that. But you gotta go. Come on, we gotta get out of here. And he's
And I follow him.
hustling you out. Indeed.
Do I? Yeah. Okay. I just go out. I wanted to know whether I could. I think my first thing when I go out is to see the situation with Mrs. Leaf, and if she.
Well, that's the thing. You don't see Mrs. Leaf. Mrs. Leaf, let's check in with Mrs. Leaf. Mrs. Leaf, you're in a darkened office. There is somebody who's disguised their voice, and they say, "You have to stop asking all these questions. None of this is your business."
I take out the handkerchief that's within me, and it's this red handkerchief, and I hold it very tightly. And I say, "By the shadowed moon and the crimson dawn, and the wall of secrets are powers drawn." And I keep repeating it over and over again. I say, "By the shadowed moon and the crimson dawn, and in the veil of secrets are powers drawn." And I tightly close my eyes, so it's already dark, right? But then I open my eyes again, and I reply to him and say, "Why is the fuck not?"
I want the night move. The way you described it, I'm going to let you do the night move with sensitivity. And but I'm not going to make your condition apply. I'll say you've gotten some strength from your prayer. So 2d6 minus 1. But what are you afraid is going to happen if you fail here or lose your nerve?
This is like almost like something that has been ingrained into my being of being afraid of voices like this specifically. So for me, it's not. It's me breaking down all the walls that have somehow gathered for so long, and like it just being ripped apart in front of my eyes. That's what I'm most afraid of.
It's worse than that. He's also going to shoot you. So,
So much worse. Yeah.
let's roll with sensitivity, which is a -1, regrettably. But I'm gonna let you roll regular dice. What'd you get?
I mean, I got a 7, 2, no, 2 plus 6, 7, 8, -1.
Okay, you got a 7, so you succeed. We'll come back to this. The party is in full swing. Nandini, Lady Violet. Nandini, have you ever seen Lady Violet in a color other than pink or purple?
Nope. That's why she gets her name. It's not her lineage. It's just that's what she does.
David
Or at
has
least
you
that's what
both.
Nandini thinks.
David takes Lady Violet by the arm, and he also offers his arm to you, Nandini. And he says, "This is so cute. Just two little cute, cuddly old ladies. Look at me hanging out with old people."
You're embarrassing yourself, but okay.
And he says, let's go celebrate, mourn, I don't know. And the party is just other members of the family. It's just Emily and Sarah and Mom, and the captain of the boat is there as well. Andrew's floating around on the front. They're serving, there's prawn cocktail and all that business, there's music playing. Alison Krauss, the matriarch of the family, she's very thin, very graceful, very like chic black dress. Everyone's wearing black. And she approaches the three of you and she says, "David, are these your guests? What charming old women these are."
What is with this family and old women, dude? I mean, Ma.
I'm
Do we
gonna.
know each other?
Yeah,
I don't-
I'm gonna put my hand forward and I say, Lady Violet Pink from Pinksville. You might have heard
Violet
about me.
Pink. I know that name very well. You're one of our biggest supporters. You will know, of course, that I'm in charge of the Warriors Ball, the annual fundraiser for veterans with testicular cancer. I very much appreciate your generous donations to the cause.
Of course, I am in the front line for any cause that requires the assistance.
We have
and-
something really wonderful planned for the fall season. I hope you'll be there with your checkbook open.
Of course. But I just want to say that my condolences and
For what?
For Albert. He
Oh,
passed
Albert.
away.
That's right. Albert. It's just like Albert to go and get himself killed when I'm on the precipice of charity fundraiser greatness. The man could be so self-involved.
Of course.
Your husband died. You're not feeling sad and all.
Oh, I'm very, 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 very torn up about it. But, well, my face is not actually capable of expressing emotion.
Oh, is that they call that Botox and all that only? No.
Oh, not Botox, Paralox. Straight from the abdomen of a poisonous anaconda. Venom does wonders for the skin.
But anaconda. And she's just thinking to herself, they're not poisonous.
I want to check in with the other characters, and we're going to start wrapping up today here in a minute. Dr. Kude, once you're done with the body, you don't see Leanna anywhere around. What do you do?
Definitely go searching for her. I think I'm going to be cautious in case like Timmy knows any other people. I just ask him before I go, Timmy, do you know anyone? Do you know if anyone's watching?
And he says really quietly, "Yes, They've been watching you ever since you got here. I shouldn't say. They're not good people. They're very bad people. Dr. Dakota, do not cross them. Liana Leaf, you're keeping it together. You're keeping calm. The voice says, "This is the last warning I'll give you, Mrs. Leaf. The Albert Krauss matter is not for you to go poking around into. There are bigger things in play. Terrible things in motion. You don't want to get caught in the middle of that." And we'll wrap up today with the party on the Regal Lady transitioning down to the art gallery on the boat. The party moves down to the art gallery. David is very excited to show a piece that he's just acquired. Hanging on the wall is a painting covered with a cloth. Once everyone is there, he pulls the cloth off to reveal the painting. The painting of a woman in a red dress. And that will conclude our session for today.
Hey,
Okay. All right.
is there something coming after this? I feel like this is the sailor scene where you're not finished yet.
I was looking at Kush's face the moment you said red dress, and I was like, and he's like, yeah.
Let's do our end of session
finally.
questions. So you each have 3 questions.
Oh.
The first one's the same for everyone. Did the Murder Mavens solve a mystery? Not yet, so we'll set that aside for now. But let's start with Liana. Liana, did you behave like a woman half your age?
I mean,
Kind of with Etienne a little bit.
A little
You were being
bit.
kind of like sexy with Etienne, yeah. You can take credit for that one. Did you dote on someone?
I don't think I did.
Okay, you've got 1 mark. You get to get 1 XP. Let's go to Dr. Kure. Did you secretly undermine the authority of a local official?
Like,
Probably selling drugs and doing a mid-level marketing scheme on the clock is probably not great. You can take credit for that one. Did you share a memory of a late family member, however?
no, I haven't.
Oh, you were supposed to share something, right?
You do have your little scene coming up, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll do that in the next session.
You can do it next time, yeah. That's fine. Let's go over to Violet. Did you share a memory of a late family member?
I did talk about my son, but not like my husband a little.
I'll
but
take
not
it. I
that
think
much.
it came up. It came up enough, I think. Did you share your wisdom with a young person?
I talked to this guy and like
Yes.
I tried my best to share my wisdom and get some information out of him.
Yeah, you
I don't know if he's quite there yet.
Okay.
I think if you keep that going with David, though, you might be able to
Oh, David.
talk him into his new way of being. Okay, so it looks like Critter's got 1 XP, Violet's got 1 XP, Liana's got 1 XP. Let's go to Nandini. Nandini, did you show someone that you've, quote, still got it?
Yeah, I climbed up those ladders.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. You literally did, yeah. Did you share a memory of a late family member?
Not really. I just talked to the answering machine about the husband. But,
Indeed.
yeah.
So that's end of session done. And if you'd like, I'd like to do a little debrief real quick called Stars and Wishes. Stars are things that we enjoyed about the session, either the characters, the scenario, the game, something I did, something one of your fellow players did. And wishes are things that you hope to see in the story next time. Whoever would like to go first, take it away.
I think my stars and wishes are the same, which is I love the creepiness and I want more of it.
My stars, would be everybody's individual role playing, honestly. Like, Jason, I loved your impersonation
Yes.
of all of these NPCs. That's so, like, oh, it really gets you, like, intrigued. I couldn't stop looking at you when you were, like, doing this. Essentially.
Yeah, very good.
Arkib's sexy moments were great with the fishmonger. I love the way that Lady Pink threw her weight around. That was just really fun to see. Especially, I'd like some tea. Please don't ask for that here. We have I'll have some champagne, please. That was so good.
Yeah. That's good food. Yeah.
And none of these just general comments are just fantastic. Just her observations and things. I think for next session, I'm definitely looking forward to more mystery solving. And I think what I'm really looking forward to is more names that we come up with for Amanda Delacarte's books. That's my stance.
I'm also really looking forward. Sorry, I cut you off. Looking forward to figure out what the void problem is, because that's very interesting.
Yeah, it's something that unfortunately in a two-shot won't really come up too much. But if you were playing the whole campaign, what the void clues do is they're like a timer. The more of them you collect, the closer you're getting to confronting the bigger conspiracy around the murders. So yeah.
For me, my stars was the fact, like, I honestly didn't expect the occult activity to matter so much more, but like, it is great. It is my kind of jam, and I really enjoyed that. The thing that I wish that will happen is I really like the way my character is going through these motions. So I really want to see like that crescendo for Clara, because I'm like super interested now. Because I feel like it's now more less about the mystery for Liana and more about who the fuck is that? Who's after us?
Yeah, who's that voice?
Yeah. It's so interesting to me. Right? So yeah, I'm super excited about it.
Which is really cool because, like, I think like the killer is someone that we decide. We try to come together and pose at the end. So I'm really excited because you've like created so much mystery in 2 hours that I have so many questions that only we can answer, and that just feels so much fun. Yeah, it's so fun.
So for me, the star will be like basically again the role playing thing that happened in this game. Everyone was amazing with their role play, especially Dakota. You were amazing. And all the characters, I usually I'm into characters a lot when I'm playing any sort of game, even it's a TTRPG or RPG. And you have such an amazing set of character that fish guy, the guy who is basically talking about Sea Queen and all, and like it was amazing. Yeah, that was really. For me, what I expect in the next session is like, I believe all 3 of them got their spooky moments. I think especially Dakota and Liana got a very spooky moments, and I believe Violet also want a spooky moment. So I just can't, I'm waiting for that spooky moment for next session.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Another thing.
With the spooky moments as well, like you have to remind yourself you are a much older woman, and maybe there's no way you would survive in this situation.
Yeah. But spooky moments. I'm so sorry. Another thing I would like to add is that the night moves I'm gonna copy for every single one of my games. It's just what is the worst that can happen? Oh, it's so much worse.
How is it worse? We talk a lot in the Gauntlet Discord about having a T-shirt made that says "It's worse than that," because that's a classic thing you say in all our games. It's worse than that. My stars. I really love everyone's characterizations of their murder mavens. You all have like your bit, and you're committed to your bit, and I think that's really, really great. I think that's the best way to play these characters. I love Dr. Kure always looking for that hustle. Like there's always like the hustle going on. I love Leanna working in the cult stuff. I love Lady Violet like kind of like really like throwing her weight around like that. That was really great. I really love that scene between Isaiah and Lady Violet and Nandini on the thing, because I've done a similar scene like that. I've run this a million times, and like I've done that scene like a lot, and I love that sort of like when the players realize like, oh, this guy's like just a joke, like like he's just gonna keep doing this if we don't like just get on the boat and leave. So that was a really fun moment. I also really enjoyed like this sort of even though we're not going to get a chance to really explore it too much, I really do like this hook of the missing partner, Nandini's missing partner, and I kind of like that as I would like if we were doing a campaign, I would play with that as a thread like a lot, in the game. And I think picking the Jim Rockford move is a great way of constantly revisiting it, so that was really good. But yeah, everybody's role play was really good. There were so many good scenes, and everyone, we had a nice mix of tones, like between like kind of funny and playful and lighthearted, but also like quite scary at times. And so like that bouncing back and forth is really enjoyable for me. And that's what Brindlewood Bay is all about. So yeah, I had a good time. And my only wish is I'm just curious what solution you're going to come up with. So,
Yeah.
Are there any other stars and wishes?
But I think the only wish is, can we start the next session?
Yeah, I can keep going.
Well, if there are no more stars and wishes, I do want to give you a little stinger scene.
Oh.
It's late at night. Really late at night. It's somewhere dark. Underground, possibly. We see a long table, a dining table, beautiful lacquered wood, chandeliers lit with candles, chairs all around this long table. And laid atop the table is Timmy from the fish market. He is naked. There is garnish strategically placed to preserve his modesty. He seems to not be able to move, except his eyes are wide with terror and his lower lip is trembling. People start to file into the room. They're each wearing long, dark robes and cowls and these white masks that look like the faces of Greek statues. Their leader spreads their arms and addresses the group. We thank Mother Persephone for this gift, and we receive this offering in the manner of her child, Zagreus the Devourer. And we just see them remove their masks, though we can't see their faces. And they swoop in and begin devouring Timmy. We see blood spraying. We see intestine flying. And Timmy can't even vocalize enough to scream. Just tears running down his face. And that will conclude our session for today.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Beautiful.
God.
That's all I've got, so I'll let you all sign off however you have to.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
That was amazing.
I think I'm just gonna shout out to Jason here. Do join the Gauntlet Discord server. The link will be down below, and you can purchase your own copy of Brindlewood Bay on Drive-Thru RPG. That link is down below as well. And if you'd like to play any Brindlewood games as well, it's there in our servers. There's a lot on the Gauntlet server as well. Check it out. Damn, I'm just talking because I can't get over Tim. What happened to Timmy? But yeah,
He got eaten! I want to tell you! He got fucking eaten!
Timmy got invited for dinner, okay,
Oh God.
This is a specific horror for me. This light is on forever now.
Yeah, like,
Also, while we have your attention, the incredible art for the stream was done by our member Monica over here, Translucent Tiefling on Instagram and Twitter. Check that out. And anything else, guys?
no, look out for our next episode next week.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Can't do it.
if we
I
have,
will look out too.
I'm just gonna go back to the server and ask people, guys, who do you think the killer is?
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, I'd be curious to hear what people think.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, thank you everyone. It was wonderful. Thursday, let's see you next week. Good night and good day.
Thank you.